Okay, so let's go ahead and select Programs, Conduit. We're going to make a little more advanced training demo on how to use the conduit size calculator. Okay, let's say we're going down and we're looking for a wire size. It doesn't exist. Well, we can do one of two things. We can type a new wire size in. New wire size, and we can give it a diameter here, and then we right click it, and now it's been added. So we can go to the wire tables and see that it's been added here. So we could do that, or we could just go to the wire tables directly and add it ourselves. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and enter the first wire size. It is 2.08, and that's millimeters square, which is equivalent to a 14 American wire gauge, and it has a diameter of 0.193. Let's not enter the square inches. The program will do it automatically for us. Let's click down to the next one here, and one thing I notice is kind of small to look at. So let's go to Table, Font, and 12. Let's go ahead and increase the wire size, the viewing size now. That's a little better. Okay, so click to the next line down, and let's enter a number 12 wire, which is equivalent to 3.13 millimeters square. Again, that's a 12 American wire gauge. And over here we have a 0.212 diameter. Okay, and to add another one, we go to Table, Append New Record, and then we're going to enter the last one, which is a 5.26 millimeter square, which is equivalent to a 10 American wire gauge, which has a diameter of 0.236. Okay, so we went ahead and added three different American wire gauge and millimeter square equivalents. So we can exit here and refresh table. Now we go back to edit tables, wire tables. Notice that all this information has been added in for us on the area inch square. Okay, next thing we want to do is, we looked at conduits, scrolling down all the conduits available, and we don't see the conduit that just came out. It's a brand new conduit. So what do? Well, we can edit the conduit tables. Okay, so again, let's go ahead and use metric. So let's enlarge this a little bit so we can see it. And again, let's go to the font and increase the size so we can see it a little better. Alright, so we're going to be calling this millimeter conduit. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little different this time. I'm going to go ahead and add a new record and copy this and paste it here, and go and add another record and copy and paste here. Now we have the three already out of the way. Now let's put the details in it. So this is going to be a millimeter square. Actually, this is just a millimeter conduit. So this is a millimeter conduit, and it's a size 16 millimeters, which is equivalent to 1/2 inch in American standard conduit size. the next one is a millimeter, and it's a 21 millimeters, and that's equivalent to a 3/4 inch conduit. And the next conduit we're going to add is millimeter 27 millimeters, and that's equivalent to a 1-inch conduit. So let's go over to the size here, and we're going to call this 0.5. Okay, and this one is a 0.75, and this one's going to be a 1.0. And the last thing we need to add is the internal diameter of the conduit. And so this one is 0.622. This one is 0.824. And the last one is 1.049. All right, let's go ahead and exit. Refresh tables. Now go back and edit the conduit and look what happened here. And again, let's change the size so we can see it. Scroll this over, and all this information has been added for us. All right, that works good. Now let's say we wanted to add another one. Let's go to table, append record, and this, we're going to make it error. Okay, so this is an error, and we don't want this one anymore. So all we have to do to get rid of it is click this square here, and that sets this for deletion. All right, so let's go ahead and try our new wire size. Scroll this down, and it's not there. So what do? Let's exit. Let's get back into the conduit calculator again, and now it's been added to every one of these pull downs. Notice it's been added to every pull down. Also, our new conduit sizes have been added here to our conduit menu. So let's give it a try here. Let's do first a 14 American wire gauge. Let's find it first here. Oh, there it is. 14 American wire gauge. And we're going to try 4 conductors, and let's see which conduit comes up. Okay, by hitting next conduit, these are the conduits that will fit fine. And notice that the 16 millimeter came up as something that would fit fine. That's great. Now let's go ahead and pull up our new wire size. And here's our 14 millimeter. I'm sorry, here's a 2.08 millimeter 14 gauge American wire. And let's see if that comes up the same. And see, the wire is now fitting in the same conduits, and again the 16 millimeter conduit came up as an option. Let's go ahead and try one of our other new wire sizes, which is a 3.31 millimeter wire, and let's go 4 of those. And next conduit, next conduit, next conduit, it's a 1-inch. So let's see if our 1-inch new conduit comes up. No, it doesn't. Let's change this to 3 and see if it does now. Next conduit, next conduit. And there it is, 3/4. So our new conduit comes up with our new wire. Okay, and if we do a print preview, we can see that we've now made a new designation for our wire, and we've made a new designation for our conduit. Okay, that's how you add new wires and new conduits to your menu and what's available. Now remember, when we edited, we had one down here that was marked for deletion. When we exited the program and came back in, everything that was marked in this for deletion right here was erased when we came back. And that ends our advanced illustration of how to use the Conduit calculator.